When driving in rideshare, one of the most frustrating aspects of the business for drivers is the lack of transparency when it comes to determining how much you earn per trip. What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your guy Tim with another ride sharing video. We received a little bit of snow here in the Midwest, so you know when it first snows, people need ride sharing, they need vehicles to get around. Surge pricing takes place. I've made it clear I don't drive for base fare. So if they're not offering some type of earnings guarantee, streak bonus, or surge pricing, I'm not behind the wheel. Nevertheless, today I was indeed out taking trips, and I encountered an aspect of ride sharing that simply pissed me off. But I want to run it by the folks. Is it something that maybe I'm just experiencing, or maybe I don't realize, or is it something you have all become familiar with and just simply learn to live with it? I took a trip. Surge pricing was $2.75. Took a trip that was only like $1 or something like that, and the pay for the trip was like $4. How can you be in $2.75 surge and only earn $4 for the trip total? I want to find out from you folks, how the hell does the math work with some of this stuff? Because if you take away the $2.75, then shit, how much did the trip pay? How are they figuring out what you earn when you're in surge pricing? And the obvious question is, while you're under surge, does the rate you would have earned for that trip actually go down because you're getting surge? In other words, let's say you're on a trip that would pay an even number. The trip would pay $5. You're under a $3 surge, so the trip should pay more than $5 by a significant margin. But because you have a $3 surge, does the base fare of $5 get decreased? Why is this shit so difficult to figure out? Are they deliberately, and I know the answer to the damn question, but I'll ask it anyway, are they deliberately making it difficult to figure out how much you earn so you don't know what the hell is going on? So that perhaps you make an easier target to rip off? I would submit to the answer is an absolute yes. This really pissed me off to take a trip, because as I stated earlier in the video, I don't drive unless they're offering some type of earnings incentive or surge pricing. So I definitely am willing to hit the road if the surge is decent enough. But if you're lowering the fare behind the surge, you can play games to the point where you're not making shit extra while driving under surge. I literally came back home, parked the car, and got the fuck out. I don't get how you could literally be in a surge and make fares that still look like base fare. What am I missing? Let me know. Have you noticed this at all? You know, because like I said, I've seen surges as high as $5 recently, so we are seeing surge pricing in my market, probably because the base fare, paying 72 cents a mile, has gotten to be so damn low that they're running short on drivers. I think if this continues going the way it's going, the only folks that are going to be operating for Uber and Lyft are probably going to be immigrants that are just arriving in the country and they don't have a lot of other additional work options. Because when we got into this, and I've been driving off and on, I say it in a mini video, since 2014, it was a decent side hustle. It's no longer a reliable side hustle. I certainly sympathize with anybody that's driving with Uber or Lyft full time as their only source of income. I don't know how the hell you could do it. I just do not know how the hell you could do it without tips. And there are very few, the tips are few and far between too, but without tipping, Uber and Lyft in most markets that I'm seeing pay less than minimum wage. And when you factor in how much you're paying for expenses, gas, and all of this other shit. So I don't see how anyone in 2023 can drive for Uber or Lyft full time. It just makes no sense. And the long trips are insane. If you take a long trip, I'm talking 10 miles or more, which might not be long in your market, but in my opinion, any rideshare trip at base fare that is more than 10 miles, you're probably losing money. I just don't understand that. I mean, 10 miles in my market pays like $7. You're going to drive for 10 miles? That includes how far, that doesn't include how far you have to drive to go pick the person up to begin with, or once you drop them off after that 10 miles, how far back you have to drive. That 10 miles could easily turn into 20 because you got to come back after dropping them off. For $7.20, that could easily be over a half hour to 45 minutes of your time, depending on traffic and the locale. No way in hell is that worth it under any financial estimation. 10 miles or more, straight up, the trips are not worth it. And I'll talk to you folks in another video about airport trips. I don't fuck around with airport trips anymore at all. But you guys let me know in the comments. The sole purpose of the video, have you noticed that while under surge or any other type of earnings incentive that Uber or Lyft give you to encourage you to get out on the road, do they play bait and switch? Have you seen some examples of bait and switch? Well, we'll do this for you, but secretly on the back end, we're taking this away so that it looks like you're getting some shit, but in reality, you're not. They're removing something on the back end. Have any of you guys noticed that? If so, state it in the comments. Might help out folks like my damn self and a hell of a lot of you that are newer prospective drivers thinking that this is a decent side hustle to get involved in. Let your boy know in the comments. As always, subscribe to the damn channel. And I'll see you in the next video.